Oh, we live? Oh, hey, we're live. Okay, what's good, guys? Uh, how's everybody doing out there? Back again for a second round. Uh, Again, guys. Round the first Q&A was a little light. Um, that Tuesday, it was the uh, and I decided, you know what? Let's do another one. I'll do another one Saturday. I'm available Saturday. Let's knock out another one. Let's hang out for a while. And I was hoping, this time around people will come through. So if people are here, welcome. So far, I see two comments. I guess they were here when before the post went up. Um, so we have Comic Guy is here. Comic Guy is here, and who else is here? The God of Comics is here. So two people. But anyway, like I said, guys, welcome again. We are back again. This is 118. This is the 118th open mic. As always, I am back again to hang out with you guys again. We'll hang out. I'll answer some questions and have some fun, in the playtime. So everybody who's coming in, I see, and some people coming in. What's up, bro? Peace and blessings, everybody. Thank you. First and foremost, I want to give a warm prayers to anybody who's gone through Hurricane Helena down in the south. I had contact a lot of my family down in the south, make sure they were okay. I was glad to see a lot of my family in North Carolina and South Carolina were okay. Called a couple of some of my buddies down in Florida to make sure they were okay. Some of them, some said it was the storm just missed them. Um, but a lot of it was difficult to deal with. I mean, yeah, man, Mother Nature could be a bitch. And when she is pissed off, that's how I always say Mother Nature is pissed off when the hurricanes come. And yeah, she will leave her anger with furious vengeance real quick. Um, so yeah, just seeing some of the news footages of the floodings and things like this, I'm like, oh my god, like again, you know. I mean, don't get me wrong. There was a hurricane up here in New York, Hurricane Sandy, uh, came hit New York, and trust me, I had my share of things. I remember walking through that hurricane a couple of times, and I saw a whole highway, freeway underwater. I was like, God damn. And that was, I think it was 187 north. So I've seen some, even up here in New York, it got crazy with Hurricane Sandy. So I'm always hoping everybody is well. And if you are in that area of the country, whether you're in North Carolina and South Carolina and Georgia, I know Georgia got hit pretty good, but a lot of it was coastal. But still, I'm just happy because, like I said, I got family all over on the East Coast and mostly in North and South Carolina. So it's very important that I was able to make contact with a lot of my family to make sure they were okay. And my brother, he had called a couple of aunts that live in North Carolina. We have family in Raleigh, Wake Forest, and places over there. And then, of course, we have family, and my family originates, especially on my father's side, originates from South Carolina, and so they're in Pinewood, and that's more inward. But still, you don't want to you want to make sure everybody's okay. So yeah, I'm sure not, but yeah, like mostly hit the deep south. I don't think it hit Ohio. So, but I'm glad. God, God of comics, you're cool up in Ohio. Um, but thank you guys for coming through, everybody so far. Yeah, we're gonna hang out for a while. Hang out for a good while, and I'm gonna answer some more questions. And because the last one was a little light, but I appreciated everybody, the people that were there. But usually I always try to give you guys a heads up, like, okay, I'm going live this today, so just want to make sure everybody was okay. If you can make it, that's fine. So yeah, let's get into these questions. D Mike, I'm good, man. Just trying to live. Um, so let's see what we got here. Okay, so um, uh, could the Powerpuff Girls beat Omni Man in the fight? No, I don't think so. Did you think Street Fighter and Fatal Fury? Uh, did you think the Street Fighter and Fatal Fury were in the same universe? They could be. I mean, technically, they could be in the same universe. It's not a. It wouldn't be a crime, Travis, if they weren't. Uh, I wouldn't mind, but yeah, we kind of figure that Street Fighter and Tekken are in the same universe after Tekken 7, because remember, Akuma was a part of the story. He wasn't just a DLC character. So that kind of gave him, okay, Street Fighter's in the same universe as Tekken. Uh, Never mess with Mother Nature. Yeah, she'll kick your butt real quick. Yeah, that's right. Did you hear about? I heard about Maggie Smith. That's really sad. Again, another well acclaimed actress passed away. I mean, she was what, 89. She was. I know a lot of people, especially this generation, will probably know her mainly from Harry Potter, and that's cool. But for me, my love and respect for Maggie Smith comes from two movies growing up: Hook and Sister Act, which was one of my mother's favorite movies. In Hook, she played Granny. She was the older Wendy, and in Sister Act, she was, I forgot what her name was, Sister Mary. I forgot who she was, but she was great in that movie too. So yeah, I saw Whoopi because I follow Whoopi Goldberg on Instagram, and I saw she had this really lovely speech about working with her on Sister Act. Uh, and I've seen people put up like all the professors of Harry Potter, and you saw all of them people who passed away, and I'm like, yeah. So yeah, it hurts. It hurts when you don't you when these actresses pass. I mean, we just lost James Earl Jones, and it was just like, they just, the end of 2024 is becoming like 2016 all over again. It really is. Uh, Andre asks, "Hey, how everybody doing?" Well, I think Andre is asking everybody how they doing. Give him a response. Uh, God of Comics says, so far I'm loving Warhammer. My favorite Space Marines in Blood. Oh, that's good. Primal Rage could use a reboot. I would not mind a up to date Primal Rage video game. That'd be cool. Are you excited about? Wait, hold on, because I want to make sure I ain't missing any. Okay, I'm not. Andre X's me. No, see, I did miss something. I did. Okay, okay. No, I am. No, did I miss it? I think I. No, no, no. Okay. Are you excited about the upcoming vampire movie? Yeah, the fuck. They're going too fast. Okay. Slow down, guys. Okay. Are you excited about the upcoming vampire movie Sinners coming out starring Michael B. Jordan? I just did a video on that, Andre. So you go check it out. I did a video on. I talked about the Thunderbolts trailer and that trailer. I had tried to put up movie reactions, like reaction videos, and that, and YouTube was bugging. They blocked both of my videos in right in the stairs. I was like, oh Jesus! So I was like, all right. But yeah, talking about Sinners, let's talk about. I've been keeping up track with this for a while. I was kept hearing about Jordan Peele and Michael B. Jordan teaming up again. This is their fifth time teaming up, and this movie was going to be a vampire movie. I was like, okay, but what I'm really more proud of, Andre, is that it's a period vampire movie. I love period piece. I love period era in horror, and I wish more horror did that, more period than modern. Um, but I like that, what I love about also is they never showed the vampires. You never see what they look like. You never see like, okay, what are they going to look like? I really appreciated that, but you can see that something's going on. Michael B. Jordan is playing two characters. He's playing He's playing twin brothers. So I'm thinking one brother was turned, and the other was not. There was a lot of symbolism in there with the snakes and things like that. And I love the ending where we see Michael B. Jordan with the Tommy gun, boom, boom, boom. He's shooting something, but we don't know what it is. I like that. Did you see the movie Claudia? Claudia. No. Hi, Chris. Hey, Caroline. Uh, Cyborg. What do you think? Who do you think would play Henry Peter Gyrick in the MCU? Hmm. Who could play Henry Peter Gyrick? Uh, at one point, I could have seen Robert Patrick playing him. Um, Definitely, I could see Robert Patrick playing him. That definitely, he's one of them. D Mike, D Mike. Speaking of Whoopi, I just got through watching the movie Ghost, a good classic. That was another one of my mother's favorite movies. So a lot of movies that my mother loved are very special to me because she loved them. Uh, I don't. For everybody who doesn't know, I don't have my mother anymore. So a lot of those movies are very special to me. Again, I think I've told this story before. If I didn't, or to new subscribers, my mother died in '95. I was 13 when I died. My younger brother Malcolm was 1, so he has no recollection of our mother. But movies like Indiana Jones, The Last Crusade, and The Lion King, those are two movies that are very special to me, because those were the last two movies that I actually saw in movie theaters with my mother. But Ghost is a very good movie. Whoopi, that's the movie Whoopi won award for. She won the award for that. She was really good in that movie. I know some facts about it because I watched a couple of videos where Whoopi talked about the late Patrick Swayze, um, that uh, he was not going to do the movie unless she did the movie, and basically because he kept asking the writers and producers, what about Whoopi Goldberg, and they said they didn't want her, and her agent was saying that, and he had come down to a movie set where she was on, and basically asked her like, why don't you want to do this movie, and Whoopi's like, aren't you Patrick Swayze, and she's like, and he's like, yeah, we want to do the movie, but I would like to, if we could have some fun, it'd be great. And so that is the whole symbolism is that he would not do that movie without her. So shouts out to Patrick Swayze for getting Whoopi on that movie. Those are from her words. Comic God asks his favorite voice by Gray Days, and I have just realized she's Hispanic, just like me. I'm part Cuban. My dad is part Cuban. Oh, that's cool. Part Cuban. My dad's dad is part Cuban. Okay. Okay. Uh, I love Gray. She's one of my favorite voice actresses. What is one of my favorite? I it's it's not. I mean, most people probably say Raven. I think she did Raven. Uh, uh, I th- And for me, it's not Raven. Um, I think for me, it it would be, how old is she now? She's 51. Okay, she's 51. Okay. Does she have any kids? Yes, she does. She's three kids. Okay. Um, for me, uh, my favorite voice role for her is I want to make sure because uh, my favorite would be um uh I know she did something I really enjoyed. There's a bunch, but I'm one of my favorites. Uh, mm, oh my god, I my god, I can't. I know she did a lot of Scooby Doo stuff. She did a lot of Scooby Doo. Um, I would um I loved her. There we go. I loved her in Zeta. In Zeta, the Zeta projects. She was Andrea in that. I liked her in that. Um, and of course, I loved her as Mandy from uh, Grim and Evil. I liked her in that. That was funny. She was great in that. Let's see. Thank you for the hearts, everybody. Okay. Sodom Yacht. He's another underrated human Greenland. Yeah, yeah. I mean, there are a lot of underrated human Green Lanterns. There's so many, and that's always been the question of like, why are there are so much more Earthling Green Lanterns than any other species? And I always deduce this because humans have more will than a lot of other. Just the way I look at it. I found this app that you can make your own stories, and I'm making a story about Kyle Rayner as the main. That's cool. Andre says, I was thinking about Hugo Weaving would probably be a good choice to play Henry P. in the Miz. Yeah, I don't know about that now. After what he said about playing Red Skull, um, he's Hugo Weaving's been on his weirdo nonsense as of late. Like all the roles that he's done that pretty much made him a household name, he's now dogging. You know, he's like dissing it. I'm like, why are you dissing it? You know, I don't get it. Culture war is just pointless. That's true. Got no, she didn't do Raven. That's ter- Thank you. They sounded a lot like sometimes. Um, I'm sorry to hear that. It hurts a lot. Yeah, that it's been 25, 20 over 20 years now. Have you watched The Penguin? No, I have not watched because I don't have HBO Max, but I know a place where I could watch it, and I will watch it. Probably, I probably will watch it. I have not watched Agatha yet. I'm gonna just wait to the series is finished, then I'm gonna watch it. I thought they would have had all the episodes up, and I keep forgetting they don't. I That's my problem sometimes. Some of my own personal voice actors has always been Keith David. You know, it's hard for me to sometimes put Keith David entirely in the voice actor reign because he's also a hell of an actor in general. But I get it. And the same thing with Cree Summers. I mean, well, outside of A Different World, Cree Summers, that's it. Like she just went from being voice talent. And the late great Eartha Kitt to be a perfect on. Once again, Eartha Kitt, I wouldn't also put there too because she was a great music and actress. But I get your point. What are your who's your favorite role Phil Lamar did? Favorite role Phil Lamar did probably Static and Samurai Jack's up there because I nobody would have thought that was Phil Lamar doing that voice. You know, and even John Stewart, like you like, wait, that's Phil Lamar doing that? Like, you see, listen to him as Virgil Hawkins, Static, and then listen to him as John Stewart, and you're like, the way he can turn down the bass of his voice is ridiculous. It's crazy to think like that. I'm like, yo, he turned that down real crazy. It's cool. Are you kidding that Velma is a lesbian now? I'm probably up. Wait, Velma's a lesbian. Are we? Where's this come out? I don't know what that. I just saw DreamWorks The Wild Robot. One word masterpiece. Not do not say. Yeah, I want to see that movie with the robot. That looked really good. It reminded me of. It reminds me of Bastion from Overwatch. I was like, okay, that's what it kind of reminded me. I was like, okay, wow, I didn't know all that about Hugo. To be honest, yeah, Hugo went on. He dogged V from Vendetta at one point. He dogged Red Skull. He dogged Megatron. Look, I'm not the biggest fan of Michael Bay's Transformers, but I don't know why he's dogging all his work now. It's ridiculous. Like, why your niece don't do that? Samara Weaving, that's his niece. She don't do all that. I saw Transformers One. That's another one on my list. Then you saw two movies. Cool. Yeah. Did you read the book? Name a classic movie you find boring. A classic movie that I find boring. I wouldn't say it's boring, but uh, I'm gonna get slated, and it's probably just because I don't care for Gone with the Wind. I don't care for Titanic. I don't care about that. No. I don't care. I really don't. I, yes, I find Titanic boring. Don't get me wrong. I love a love story. Don't give me that. But there is the fact that you told this love story around the ship is just, I don't, 3 hours of that. I ain't care about that. Okay. Hey Chris, in Injustice, had Black Canary killed Superman after he killed Green Arrow, how do you think Batman and Wonder Woman would have reacted? She almost killed him. Yeah, have you ever read the full comics? In the comics, she nearly killed Superman. She nearly blew out his brain. And he injured her. He heat visioned her around the waist. She almost bled out, and it was uh, it was Dr. Fate that saved her and took her to another Earth where that Earth she died and Green Arrow lived. So yeah, um, I I think it would have been Bruce wouldn't have approved of it, but I don't like Injustice Wonder Woman. I hate her. I hate her so much. It's like the stupidest thing. It's the stupidest thing. It's like there's no way she would be allowed to do that kind of stuff. Wonder Woman has always been an emissary of peace and love, and for her to just side with Superman on killing people goes against everything she stands for. That's my problem with Injustice. Even though it's an interesting story, they're about to bring out the entire omnibus of it not soon. So if nobody's ever read Injustice, you can. The omnibus is about to come out, and I love Tom Taylor as a writer, but at the same time, it a lot of that stuff was just borderline stupid to me because even what happened with Superman, Clark would never go to that length of what he did. He's too strong willed to just break down like that and be like, okay, Lois is dead. No, that's bullshit. No. Phil Lamar, I heard his voice in a John Stewart comic. In Static. Oh, okay. Before seeing the Wild Robot movie, read the book first. It's really good. Well, I mean that's nice, but sometimes not everybody wants to read the books. I didn't read any of the Harry Potter books, and I watched the movies, and I got the gist of it. So uh, there are certain. Is it going to hurt? The question really is it going to hurt the movie if you watch it because it's an adaptation of if it's a novel. Look at all the Stephen King movies that come up. Those are adaptations of his novels, from Cujo to they're about to bring remake Salem's Lot. All that stuff. Those are just so yeah. Um, have you been reading the Transformers comic? Hell yeah, I have. Yeah, of course I have. Uh, do you think Henry Peter Gyrick would be involved with the Suicide Squad if he was in the DC? No, he wouldn't, because Amanda Waller wouldn't let him. Do you think Team Rocket was easily trick, would easily trick Timmy Turner? No, you know, Timmy's not that dumb. Do you like Mary Poppins? I do like Mary Poppins. I like Mary Poppins. That's a classic, but I don't hate Mary Poppins. I just if you're from the UK and if any of my friends from the UK are watching, we can all agree that the great Dick Van Dyke had a terrible British accent, so it was terrible. Caroline, yeah, I've read the book. Okay, she's talking. Okay. Andre, what do you think about Wonder Woman's new daughter, Trinity? I like her. She's cool. Yeah, and Justice Diane needs to be put in her place. She was ridiculous. Um, how will Jack Kirby if he see how would you think? Wait, How would Jack Kirby? Wait, how would Jack? Okay, basically, if you're asking me, what would Jack Kirby think if he saw Ultimate Captain America? Past Ultimate Captain America, he wouldn't like him. He would hate it. He would hate it because past Ultimate Captain America was basically a blatant racist. It was ridiculous. I couldn't stand that. If all people being a racist, Captain America is not one of them. That was stupid. Fuck Casada for that shit. It was dumb. Um, Andre asks, so would you like to read a DC Elseworld story about the romance between Batman and Zatanna that actually follows them falling in love, getting married, and having a daughter together? Well, why a daughter? No, I'm just messing. I wouldn't mind. I mean, to me, I never looked at them as being romantically involved. I never have. I always just look at Zatanna and Bruce as always just being good friends. If I'm thinking romantic with Zatanna, I'm always thinking John Constantine, not Batman. But I would read it. I'm just saying. Wasn't What's the worst thing Amanda Waller has done in your opinion? Uh, I would say right now what's going on in Absolute Power, like the shit she's doing is ridiculous. She needs to die in that. I'm not even joking. In the new Transformers book comics out, in the new of all the characters that have died so far, who do you think was the most brutal death? I don't want to spoil it because not everybody's read it, but I can tell you right now, when Bumblebee died, Um, Thoughts on Ultimate Reed Richards and Ultimate Venom and Ultimate. Never been fans of these characters. So Ultimate Reed Richards, who would later become evil, he'd be called the Maker. Right now, is still wrecking havoc in the new Ultimate universe. Um, Ultimate Venom, I was 50-50 on. Ultimate Hulk, I did not like because I didn't like this cannibalism. I did not like this cannibalism that was going on in the future, the past Ultimate Universe, Earth 1610. It was always about eating somebody. Eat. It was either him, Hulk eating somebody, and then that disgusting act with Blob, and I'll never forget that panel. You just see after Ultimatum, you just see Blob eating Wasp, and I'm like, this? Like, what is your obsession with cannibalism? I'm like, this is ridiculous. It's disgusting. Um, Thoughts on Grail daughter? I actually like her. That fight between Diana and Grail uh, near the Washington Monument, that was great. That's why I did that video when I was in Washington. I said, didn't you know? I did. I was like, didn't Wonder Woman use this? And she did. She beat Giganta with her. It was funny just seeing her pick up the Washington Monument and cracking Giganta with it was crazy. Um, so yeah. Um, let's see. Thoughts on I did that. I already talked about thoughts on Ultimate Read. Wait. Okay. Why did Ultimate Read become a villain? He snapped. He just snapped, and he just made it worse now. Like if you're reading Ultimate Comics now, you just read that. It's just scary what he has done. Comic Guy J990. Thoughts on the new Ghost game called Ghost of Yotai? I like what I saw, and I got a big problem with any person out there just razzing on this game because now it's a female is the main character. Fuck you if you act like that. Go grow up. And if it's not that, there people are throwing racial slurs and a lot of transphobia and all this other crap at the model the model of the character. It's like fuck yourself. Grow up. Good God, this why we can't have good things because everybody wants to complain. Like this is the dark side of the community that I'm a part of, the geek community that I hate. Complain about everything. It's ridiculous. But I look forward to it. So how would Steve Rogers react towards his own DC Comics counterparts, such as Commander Steel, General Glory, Peacemaker, or Guardian? The Guardian is more like him. None of the others are like him at all. Peacemaker is not for sure. General Glory, Commander Steel or Steel. Most of that he would probably beat the snot out of Peacemaker. Um, Guardian, he would be probably cool with. And it's funny because Guardian was actually created by Jack Kirby too. So by the same people that created Joe Simon and Jack Kirby created him. So just like they created Cap. So yeah. But yeah, he'd be interesting. Most of them are not even like counterparts to him. Uh, Got people in my neighborhood just cracking up laughing out there. They sound like the damn Joker. Uh no, they sound like hyenas now. Um God of Comics. I just learned this today. Johnny Depp, he was supposed to be in Beetlejuice 2. He was going to be playing Lydia Dietz, her brother, but Warner Brothers, they said no to Timmer. He couldn't be in. Really? That's dumb. That's so stupid. You see that crap? Like he's still losing jobs, and we found, and basically it's been all come out and open that Amber Heard is a fucking liar. Like, who was abusing who? Stupid. You see the double standards with that shit. Um. Let me see. Make sure. Uh. The most disgusting in the Ultimators, one for me is, yeah, that's up there. Yep. Yeah. That's another one up there too. Quicksilver and Wanda being lovers. I don't play that incest stuff. No. I don't do that incest. I don't do that. That's just plain disgusting. I agree with that. I don't know what they were thinking with that. Like, they are brother and sister, but they're also lovers. Like, ugh. Uh, are you bummed that we won't play with Jin Sakai? And no, I'm not bummed. And I don't even. And to me, I don't even. Is this a direct sequel, or is it just a different game? And if that's the case, people need to shut up about it, because. But so yeah, and it already says it seems to be a different area. It's not Sassoon. So yeah, no, whatever. Ultron was disgusting. No, not all of it was. Not all of it was. Ultimate Spider-Man was good. Ultimate X-Men was on and off. The Ultimates, yeah. Ultimate Fantastic Four, but yeah, it was JPX in SNK. Who's more iconic, Terry or KO? Well, it depends, because if you are a fan of Fatal Fury, then yeah, you're gonna say that. But most people, in terms of SNK, they only think about King of Fighters. They don't think about Art of Fighting and Samurai Showdown and Fatal Fury and all the other greats. They just think about King of Fighters. So yeah, and to that degree, then people mostly will say Kyo. But for me, it's Terry Bogard all the way. Uh, how come nobody talks about the other versions of DC Comics Trinity anymore, such as Keenan Kong, Superman, Jess Fox, and Yara for Yara is in Wonder Woman's comic. All three of the former Wonder Girls are there. Keenan is in Superman. He has his entire family in there. Um, Jace Fox. Who's Jace Fox? We talk. Well, that right there is far into the future. If I'm thinking that Batman. Do you think Roy Mustang would be a good friends with Cap? Maybe. I mean, if we weren't for the original, we probably wouldn't have gotten Miles around. That is true. Miles came from the original six Ultimate Universe. How would you feel if they do this comic book 616 beaten up? Well, they can't now because he's dead. So it would have been fun. Um, let's see, what do we got here? Have you ever watched Shameless? I think I watched a few episodes, not as much. Um, Andre asks, would you like to read new potential Ultimate Marvel titles such as? Well, so far they've brought out. They've only got Ultimate Spider-Man, the Ultimates, Ultimate Black Panther, which I'm definitely reading. I'm definitely going to read Ultimate X-Men, which is not even that's like her own world. Is kind of different. If they did an Ultimate, maybe like an Ultimate Iron Fist or so, that'd be cool. Um, Buffy or Angel, who had the better intro? I'm going with Angel. I love that violin solo that comes in that do 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 do. Then you hear that rock that guitar riff coming. Buffy is good too. Don't get me wrong. Buffy had a good one that down 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 and it just hits you right up. But the Angel, the tempo comes in, and I love that. Um, do 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 do. Mhm. Oh my god, that's good shit. Uh, if you could bring back one celebrity, who would it be? Bruce Lee or Michael Jackson? Oh, that's a tough one. Uh, I, I love Mike, but Bruce is one of my idols, so I would definitely would want to bring back Bruce, but he would be 90 in his 90s now. So I might go with Michael, actually. Uh, the God of Comics says, and don't get me started. Ultimate Magneto, he killed. Well, that's yeah. Magneto did a lot of stuff because that was a lot of that stuff came from after his daughter died, after Wanda was killed. So he just flipped, and then what happened to him? He got killed. Marion asks, in your opinion, do you think Spring Hill Jack is still out there? Because if you remember correctly, there have been stories of him popping up from time to time. I don't know. I do read a comic by a friend who is kind of Spring Hill Jack. He talks is yeah. So would it be pretty cool to see a potential new Disney princess movie that's based off a Japanese or Korean fairy tale? I wouldn't mind that. Longevity is a good point. Is a good point. Okay. Let's see. Comic guy axes. I'm a vampire or I'm a werewolf. Uh, I would probably be saying I'm a werewolf. I've said it before. I couldn't be a vampire. I just could not be a vampire. Uh, just blood. You just drinking blood. Or so. I couldn't turn anybody. I would be like Brad Pitt from Interview with the Vampire. I just stay in the sewers, stay in there and eat rats. I'm not eating anybody. I'm not biting anybody. I'd be a recluse, big time. At least with a werewolf, I would be able to until like a full moon, and I would just lock myself up somewhere, lock myself up behind like steel bars and stuff. I couldn't be no werewolf. I couldn't be a vampire. Sorry. Caroline, would you like to see another Middle Eastern princess? Yes, I would. I would. It's nice being the first, but you still want to see more. You still want to see. more, outside of just Jasmine. You know, you don't just want to see. Oop, hold on. You just don't want to, like, it's even like I would love to see a new black and a new Native American, a new Asian princess. And it's always, I don't just want to see white Caucasians. You know, Mulan's great, but there are others. Um, as a vampire, you couldn't go out in the sun because you'll die, and you couldn't eat food or only live on a diet of blood. Yeah, pretty much. Um, and once again, the thing about vampire lore is nothing is solid. Everybody has their own different lore, but one of the things they don't have is, yeah, sunlight is their enemy. Unless I'm a half vampire, unless I'm a vampire, then fine, because vampires can eat, they can eat regular food, and they can, like, but if I'm a full vampire, nah, I'm not doing that. Like, full vamp, like, Blade is a half vampire. And the way they do Blade is interesting because technically the way they do it is wrong. And remember, what did I just say about lore? But technically, a half vampire, a vampire, is actually comes from one of your parents is a vampire, meaning one of your mother mated with your father, who is probably the vampire. Um, but Blade wasn't like that. His mother, he was pregnant, or his mom was pregnant with him, and she just got bit by Deacon Frost. When, because remember, a lot of people forget Blade is from London. He's not American. Um, and basically, I guess the way they look at it is the enzyme from the vampire bite mixed with his into his bloodstream, and that's why. But that's not a damper. That's not how a vampire is created. They have to mate. Um, Alucard from Castlevania, he's a true vampire. He's a true vampire. His father is Dracula. His mom was human. You know, yeah, that's a true vampire. I can't wait to the next season of Castlevania. Looking forward to that. Disney needs a Japanese. I would kill for a Japanese princess. Um, yeah. And I hope the new Hulk isn't a cannibal. The new Ultimate Hulk isn't a cannibal, but he's a mad scientist. He I don't he if you're reading the Ultimates now, he literally bombed a a like a tropical island, and just to see what gamma radiation would do. And the Ultimates went there, and we got to see the new Ultimate She-Hulk and her people, and they all are basically dying. It was so sad. That issue was so sad. She was the only one that, like, became strong and okay. Other people have, like, big heads and body parts missing. It's so bad. It's so sad. That was a sad issue. Um, let's see what else. So my dad is actually turning 70 this year. Cool. My dad is turning 65 this December. Um, I can't remember if it's me or anyone else has asked you this already, but what was your reaction when Darth Vader revealed he was Luke's father? There you go. Luke, I am your father. No. But no, my I thought, okay. So honestly, the first time he said he was Luke Skywalker's father. When they finally admitted that Anakin Skywalker was Vader, I'm like that. My jaw dropped. Like, but of course, I thought he was just playing some Sith bullshit, like just to get in his head. But no, it was real. If you were part of, if you were a part vampire like Blade or Minda Hawker from Legion of, would you eat food? You could, yeah, Miss Hawker, yeah, she was another, yeah, she was half vampire or something like that, yeah, yeah, I could eat, yeah. Which monster would you like to see in the MonsterVerse? Destroyer, Destroyer. I've been saying that for years. Soul Reaver getting a remake, yes. Soul Reaver's getting a remastered. I love a Japanese princess. Yeah, just what is your thoughts on Bane and Deathstroke? A Deathstroke movie is in the works now. Wait, they what? Is that for real? Is that for real? There's a Deathstroke movie and work. Is that for real? Oh shoot. Oh shit. Yeah, it's on Hollywood. Hollywood. Yeah, I'm reading right here. Hollywood Reporter. Bane, Batman villain Bane, Deathstroke getting movie treatments. Hmm. Uh, if they do it right, I mean, because Bane is more than just what he's more than that. Deathstroke has depth. They could really do something with Slade. They could really go deep with him because his background is really deep, from his family to everything like that. But Bane is one that I'm like, I don't really care. I love Bane, but I don't need to see. I mean, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna show him? Him going into jail in Santa Prisca and all that other stuff? What's that's it? Unless it's leading up to kind of a nightfall, but I don't need to see any of that if they're gonna not gonna do it right, because I don't care. I'm just saying. I hope Blood Omen gets a remaster. Thanks again. Thank you again. You're welcome. Did you ever play the game on PS? I did. I played a lot of games on PS1. Soul Reaver was one of them. Um, hold on. Comic Guy asks, "Do you want a new Jack and Daxter?" Yes, I do. I would love to see Jack and Daxter get a new game. It'd be the fourth game. I love Jack and Daxter. I still remember cheat codes. I'm not sure if anybody's old enough. Uh, y'all probably too young for this, but uh, who remembers game 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 genie? If you do, you'll know what I'm talking about. Tetris or columns? Uh, I like them both, but I would probably say Tetris because columns was Sega's version of Tetris. Uh, but those are therapeutic games. I love those. Like that, I'm fine. If M Bison was in the DC universe, what heroes would he be going after? He would be more. Bison would be a DC threat in general. Shadow Law, Shadow Lu, all of them. Yeah, that's just a big threat in general. So he would be. You can put him in Justice League, all that stuff. He's like a Justice League threat if you want it. Could they remake Tenchu? Should they? Should they remake Tenchu? Travis, I would not mind a Tenchu remake, maybe more stealthier than how it was before, with better stealth, you know, all that kind of stuff, like similar to like Splinter Cell or Agent 47, Hitman, and stuff like that. In the Castlevania anime, do you think Dracula's wrath and fury towards her was justified? Um, Justified for him, yeah, but no. He, I mean, the fact is they killed his wife. Okay, they killed that group, but that group of humans killed his wife, not every human. So that's where you see where I'm coming from. Not he It was the consequences of the few that the many suffered. Do you How do you feel about how did you feel when you saw Nintendo's Virtual Boy? This ain't gonna work. That was what I said. I was like, this ain't gonna last long, and I was right. That was not gonna last long. I knew the Virtual Boy was dead on the water the moment it came out. The fact that it was giving kids migraines and all that stuff, I was like, yeah, this is not gonna work. Andre asks, so yeah, what are your thoughts on the upcoming Moana? I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. Marvel vs. Capcom 2 or SNK versus Capcom. Marvel vs. Capcom 2. I'm gonna take you for a ride. Yeah. Still the best Marvel vs. Capcom. Fight me on that. I'm not even joking. I'm dead serious about that. Comic guy, favorite foods. We got a food question. Okay, well, as a New Yorker, yeah, pizza's up there. I just had pizza. Yes, I'm not even joking. Look, see, here's the last bit of crust. So yeah, I had two slices. Um, I'm a I'm a seafood lover. Comic guy, loves seafood. Seafood. I'm sorry. No, I love seafood. I love shrimp. I love calamari. I love lobster, crab, uh, fish. I will eat whitings, red snappers, catfish, all that stuff. I'm big on that. I do love a burger. I do love a burger. I don't eat burgers as much as I used to, uh, and I try to eat a steak maybe once a week. But I do eat a lot of chicken. I do eat a lot of chicken, things like that. But yeah, I love. I'm a foodie. I'm willing to try anything once if I like it. I've even made my own chicken and dumplings. I love chicken and dumplings. But I'm from the South. Like my family's from the South. So, and when you're in a black Southern family like mine, even though we up here in the North, yeah, it's like when I tell you Thanksgiving, we don't do pumpkin pie. We do not. We don't do pumpkin pie. We do sweet potato pie. Ain't no pumpkin pie in my house. I'm not even joking about that. I'm dead serious. Like pumpkin pie is like what? Like you ask somebody pumpkin pie, they will look at you like what? You better get that somewhere else. You ain't getting it here. But yeah, I'm a big foodie, and if it's food from foreign countries, I'll even I love trying food from um like I like Indian food, so chicken tel masala and butter chicken, all that stuff. I'm on for the Mexican food. I love my Spanish foods. Like I'm crazy with that stuff too. I got a there's a up the block from me. There's a Dominican restaurant like right up the block from me, right from my house. So I'll try to go there, and they got this roast pork, and oh god, it's so good. I'm not even joking. Um, yeah, y'all can bring them food questions. I love the food too. Come on. Do you still have Nintendo 64 and GameCube? Um, my brother Malcolm owns 64 and the GameCube. They still work. But he had those. I would get those from. Believe it or not, guys, I stopped getting Nintendo after the first Nintendo. I still own my NES, the original. Um, I was a Sega loyalist. I had every system Sega came out with. You name it, I had it. Um, I still own my Dreamcast to this day. Um, so yeah, I haven't bought a Nintendo system in years, and it's funny because my favorite Nintendo character is Link. But I always get to play the new Links and the new Legend of Zelda games. I don't care about any as long as I get to play a new Legend of Zelda game. I'm cool. I'm good. Still have my Super Nintendo and get. Oh, that's cool. I love fish and chips. Okay, what's the hardest game? Hardest game ultimate. What is the hardest ultimate Sega collection? Are you talking about this? I forget what that is. If they do DC versus Capcom, what players they will never do a DC versus Cap. I don't. I will. I'm never gonna say never, but DC's not gonna work with Capcom, and I don't think Capcom is gonna work with them. It would be cool, but I would have three playable guards. Drake. Yeah. How long do you think it would take for Scrooge McDuck and Stan from Gravity Falls to be at each other's throat? Yeah, it wouldn't take long. Did you fry chicken gizzards? I've eaten chicken gizzards. I've had fried chicken gizzards. Not bad. Had anybody ever had Rocky Mountain oysters? That's bull testicles. Do you think Akuma will hate Injustice version of? Yeah, I still have my N64. Genesis was a golden. Genesis was great, and the problem I have with Genesis when they come out with these collections of Genesis games, they my problem is, and I was just talking to my brother about this too. They always come out with the same collection of games. They never switch them up. It's the same thing. It's the Sonics, which I do love. Don't get me wrong, I love the classic Sonic, Sonic 1, 2, 3, but and they'll do all three Streets of Rage. They'll do Vector Man. They'll do um, Rise Star, which I did love. I love that game. They'll do Columns. They'll do Ultra Beast. You know the Shinobi games, but they don't do they. It's funny because it's the same thing. I would be shocked if Eternal Champions come out. Well, you should be shocked because they're working on a movie for them. That's going to be interesting to play that up because Eternal Champions is people from different times. Like my favorite character was Larson. He was the cat burglar from the 1920s or 30s around the time. Uh, what Robin will Zelda trust more? Tim Drake. I had octopus when I was in Italy. I've have I ever ate octopus? I don't think I've eaten octopus. I had squid before. I love hot wings. I pretty much suck the meat off the bone. Yeah, my brother knows how to do that trick. Like just put it in it, just put like the wing, and without even leaving no meat on it. We'll never get a DC versus Marvel game, not by anybody like a real publishing. I've seen video like games of it. Could Pennywise Deadlights walk on Kratos and Lobo? I don't know. What if Sega versus Capcom? That'd be interesting. What if there was? I would interesting too. Uh, have you watched Gremlins: Secrets of Secrets of the Mogwai on? No, but I love Gremlins. I love both of those movies. I grew up with those movies. I grew up with Gremlins. What is Gremlins Secret? Is what is it? A documentary? That's cool. What's your favorite Terry Bogard theme? Mm, probably from Fatal Fury Special. I think. Um, JP, what games would you like to see in a Sega Saturn collection or a mini console? Uh, Virtual Cop. Um, Virtual Cop. They'll probably do Virtual Fighter, Virtual Fighter Two, Daytona USA, all those things. Yeah, something like that. Um, Let me see. Whoa, whoa. Y'all got slow it down a little bit, guys, because I'm missing comments now. See, that's why I'm slow it down. I knew I was missing. Say, okay. Uh, if they do a Overwatch movie, what characters would Henry Cavill play? I don't want them to do an Overwatch movie. I don't want them doing a live action. They don't need it. They don't need it. Comic Guy favorite Ryu theme, the original. The original. It's still the best. Followed by his Street Fighter 3 Third Strike theme. I like that theme. And then that's right. But yeah, the original is always the everybody knows the when do you think Kratos Kratos' character development came full circle? The first game on the first God of War game when we saw him with a son, that was full circle. He was no longer being angry, and I like that. When he Soul Cover love using guess Soul Calibur loves to use. Are you talking about Soul Calibur only used guest characters once, and that was when they did Soul Calibur 2. Soul Calibur every because Soul Calibur 2 came out for the GameCube, it came out for the PS2, and it came out for the Xbox, the original. For the PS2, you could have Hihachi. For the GameCube, it was Link, and for the Xbox, you played with Spawn. I don't know why. What made them go with Spawn for Xbox? You should definitely watch it. Yeah, I'll definitely probably watch it. Mom, Mom Gremlin was bad. Yeah, the mom scene in Gremlin was great. She's probably the one that did the most damage to the Gremlins in that. She put one in the microwave, blew it up. It was the funniest thing. Billy, Gizmo, Gizmo. You know who voiced Gizmo? You guys know who voiced Gizmo in Gremlins? Howie Mandel. Uh, what is the best chili dog in New York? Well, it depends on who you go to. I mean, for me, I love Nathan's hot dog chili dog, so I'll do that. There's actually a second season coming on there. That's good. Why do you think? Zelda, what? Why do you think Zelda will trust Drake more than for me? I think he could trust Dick Grayson more. Huh? But Tim is the smartest. Mm, 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 mm. I watched Gremlins 2 a lot as a kid. Yeah, yeah, that one's just weird too. Um, oh, what was that? Oh, Comic Guy. Do you like ribs? Yeah, I love ribs. Yeah, you name. I love barbecue ribs or Oh, okay. So it's not Howie Mandel. Well, Howie Mandel voiced him in the first two movies. I was mad when James Gunn said that Damien is the best Robin, and I was like, bullshit. Yeah, but I knew they were gonna. He wanted to bring that Damien that Robin in. Comic Guy axes. Did you watch the new Mortal Kombat One? Wait, more is that supposed to be Mortal Kombat One DLC stuff? Yeah, I did. I watched the Chaos Reign stuff that had the new Sector and Cyrax in there. I enjoyed it. It was short, but I enjoyed it for what it was. It's really cool. It was interesting. It focused on basically the it focused on it focused mainly on like Havoc and well a different Havoc from a different timeline. Uh, but it was fun. It was cool. Like we got to see Sector and Cyrax in this, and this version of Sector is well, she's the daughter of Madame Bo, but she likes Bihan, and she made the armor. And Cyrax is she's a young Nigerian girl was a part of Lin Kuei, and they attacked Scorpion at his wedding. We got to see Scorpion's wife, and she was a badass. Like you see her, uh, she was great in that. Just I thought she was gonna die, but she didn't. And we also get to see how Bihan becomes Noob Saibot in this. So it was cool. It was fun. I enjoyed it very much. Uh, and at the end, it turned out well for Cyrax. Frank Welker, he was in Drumline. Yes, he was. Uh, you always like wolves, Chris. Yes, I do. You, I have always loved wolves. Wolves are one of my favorite animals in the animal kingdom. Um, even though they're probably the most demonized animals in the animal kingdom, because it's always you look at like ancient Roman times and ancient Greek time, you always see like hieroglyphic stuff of a man fighting a wolf, and it's like wolves barely attack people. There's only been known like three attacks, and if a wolf attacks you, it's mainly you did something to it, or it's got rabies or so. Wolves will run from you. They've been kind of trained to do that now. Run from a human. They see you, they'll run before anything. But I love their the family. They're family oriented animals. There's a higher archy. They're like soldiers. There's a general. That's the alpha. The lower ranking. There's betas. There's alphas. There's betas. There's this is omegas. It's cool. I love the ranking of that. Um. So yeah, I do love wolves. Oh, favorite big cat. Um. I'm a tiger guy. I love tigers. I love tigers. I love lions. I love leopards. I love jaguars, cheetahs. Um, no, yeah, but yeah, I do love big cats. But yeah, I would say tigers are my favorite because they're the biggest cats. They're the biggest. They're bigger than lions. And they can do more than lions too. Like what cats you know that love waters? That love water. Tigers love water. They love to swim. Um, and yeah, I would rather not be stalked by any of them, but I would really rather not be stalked by a tiger, like because they're ambushed. They will ambush the fuck out of you real quick. That's why you see some of those rural Indian who live out in like the countryside when they're out in the forests, they wear a mask that has like eyes, so because a tiger will attack them. Tigers are known to attack them, so they wear a mask that it looks like that they're being watched, they're being looked at. So it's cool. Have you ever heard of the rogue game Hades? I think I have. Any other favorite animals? Yeah, I just talked about big cats. I'm a big rhino fan. I love rhinos. I love eagles. I love dolphins. I love whales. Um, I love dogs. I love dogs. I yeah, I'm a big. Yes, I do. Uh, bears. Bears do scare me though. I'm a little scary because they're just so big I've and the thing about bears are when you look through the history and see like those ancient bears, you see how freaking big they are. It's like this is what post like they had to deal with this. Like there's like this giant bear called the short faced bear. Look them up, and they show how big this bear was. It's just like this is what was keeping people from crossing the land bridge. Like, oh god. But yeah, as you all know, the bear. What's the bear rule? If it's black, you fight. You fight back, or get big. And if it's brown, you lay down, play dead. If it's white, good night. Yeah, that polar bear. Yeah, you're dead. Don't even fuck with a polar bear. Those polar bears will eat you. Okay, let's just be real. Polar bears will eat you. They are literally trying to eat you. They will eat you. They will eat you. If Dinobot voice actor was from the movie, I hope they bring him back. Bring back Scott McNeil. I was mad when he and get out of. Okay. Well, I will say, yeah, I was a little upset that Gary Chalk didn't voice Optimus Prime when the last Optimus. I thought he would instead of Ron Perlman doing it. I thought they would have got him. Um, have have you had Wendy's seasoned potato? Yes, I have. I like Wendy's breakfast. That's good. Why do you think people like kaiju so much? In your opinion, Chris? Monsters, giant monsters. Like everybody likes a good giant monster. It's just period. You like pigs? Yeah, I like pigs. um, I know people say, well, pigs are a disgusting animal. It's a dirty animal. But they're very smart. They're very smart. Pigs are very smart. I think some people say they're smarter than dogs. Uh, and and then you got the different pig species. Like, would you want to be hunted? Gored by a wild boar? I wouldn't. You see how big them boars get? Them wild boars are huge. Did you ever see DC Legion of Super Pets? No. Thoughts on the Devil May Cry Netflix series? I cannot wait. My boy Dante. That's gonna be fun. Strength of Godzilla or the strength of the lion and what? Oh, strength of a gorilla. I thought it said Godzilla. Strength of or the strength of a lion and what? Ace. Sorry, I'm late. You're fine. Don't worry, Warwick. Strength of a gorilla or the strength of the lion. Um, Gorilla. I'll go gorilla because they still. There's a lot of people that feel like gorillas hold back their strength, and you can see what they could do when they. But yeah, why? Because I still would like. It's just there. I think they have hidden strength. Um, Comic guy Elizabeth Olsen is your number one favorite actress in the MCU. Oh, you watched my video? I see. Yeah, was doing some Patreons, and somebody asked me, one of my Patreons one of the Patreons, one of their. So again, I forgot what level that is. One of the tier. I think it's the third tier, fourth tier. You do, and you could ask me to. You can request something, but yeah. Yeah, I did. I did do a video on. I forgot the person who asked me. I forget what. I think it was Jalen. He'd asked me like eight of my favorite actresses who was in the MCU, and yeah, number one was Elizabeth Olsen. I thought she was great. I thought she was great. So yeah, she is up there. Me and my friends were making this fan fiction. Is about Dante and the DC versus vampires universe, and he wanted to have this scene where Dante is dancing bye 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 and fighting up. I Oh, I forgot. I had some Oreos. I'm getting a little hungry again. Shh. Ah, oh my god. Not just any Oreos either. They're deep fried Oreos. It's my brother. Um, wait, what the hell? What Transformers character do you hate outside of Hot Rod? That's the only one really I hate. I don't like Hot Rod. Screw him. I will never forgive him. Never. Ah, wrestling question. Yeah. Thoughts on Drew McIntyre versus CM Punk feud in WWE? Good stuff. Drew's doing some of the best work. Yeah, I agree with everybody that I watch. Solid Monster in particular. You know what I'm saying? You know, Drew's doing the best work of his career. Yeah, he is. Uh, I think personally, once they have their last match, which is that Hell in a Cell, one of them needs to go over to SmackDown, and particularly I think is Drew, because they SmackDown needs some heels. Speaking of Oreos, what are your favorite kind of Oreo? Deep fried. This is deep fried Oreo. See, deep fried Oreo. But if I was, I like double stuffed, but yeah, deep fried Oreo is good. Favorite comic book pet? Lockjaw. That'd be so cool to have Lockjaw as a pet. Lockjaw, come on. You know what? You know how much money I would save for traveling? You'd be like, yo, Lockjaw, come on, we're going. Take me to London. Phew, just get there, right? No problem. No, no need for taking a plane ride. None of that. Um, I hope Drew gets a good world title run. Maybe. My favorite kind of Oreo is the green ones, and the small one, and the big oils. Is that the peppermint one? I don't like peppermint. I don't like mint that much. Drew versus Cody is a good. That would be good because I can't take this bloodline stuff too much no more. I'm done with that shit. I'm like, yeah, let's get this over with. My dad and my brother are watching football. I can hear them. If there was a fight between Inuyasha and Dante from Devil May Cry, who do you think would be the one to ignite the fight? Um, Inuyasha. He don't know how to control his temper sometimes. He started. Favorite Raven moment from what? Comics or show? I remember that you do not touch Monster Manhunts Oreo. I remember that you don't what Monster Manhunters or I don't know what you're talking about. Vanilla Oreo and green or is my favorite. Oh, okay. Who would win, Duke Thomas, The Signal, or Miles Morales? Miles. Miles would beat him, especially now. He's a vampire now, so yeah. By Duke comics, that's harder because Ravens had a lot of moments in the comics. Probably one of my favorite moments when she basically told her father to piss off, like, "I'm done with you." Baby looked him in his big eyes and said, "Screw you." And then she had to deal with her siblings. Mm, 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 mm. Favorite Looney Tune? um, favorite Looney Tune is Daffy Duck. Thought I would say Bugs, didn't you? Probably thought I would. I Daffy is my dude. I like the duck over the rabbit. Don't get me wrong, I do like Bugs, but I like Daffy more. Um, I like Taz. Tasmanian Devil would be next. After Taz would be Porky Pig. After Porky Pig, then Bugs. Yeah, see, Bug is like he's in the fourth level, and fifth goes to um uh Farcon Leghorn. I say, let's bury the house. I say, let's bury. Pay attention to me, boy. I'm talking to you. That he cracks me up with that. Would who would win, Azazel or Wolverine? Azazel from who? We're talking the comic Azazel. I still say Wolverine. How long a fight between Gladiator and Thog would take? Gladiator from Marvel. Again, what have I always told you about Gladiator? He has a big weakness. Um, one of his weak. Oh, by the way, guys, yeah, I'm almost finished with this What If book. Uh, what if Scarlet Witch and Spider Man were brother and sister? Almost done. Um, what was I? Oh, yeah. Gladiator has a big weakness. His If his confident level will go down, he starts getting weaker. So yeah, just keep that in mind. My friend was so mad when he heard Popeye is getting his own horror movie. He was mad. Yeah, that was stupid. There's a comic out with Popeye. It's done by it's drawn by Marcus Johnson. Yeah, and it's called I Popeye. It's great. It's like Popeye mixed with Dragon Balls. Great. Um, what's your opinion on Giganta? She's cool. I mean, it'd be cool to see her. I would have loved to seen Giganta in live action because I would have loved to seen how they would have done that, but we never got that. Funniest Foghorn Leghorn moment opinion. Foghorn Leghorn. Foghorn Leghorn on your funniest moment. Well, one of them to me will always be when he and Sylvester the cats team. There was one point where uh, he was he kept trying to cut. He was cutting Sylvester off. He's like, "Yeah, let's bury the hatchet." I say, but and then so he's like, "You got to stay on your toes, boy. Yeah, boy." And then you just hear Sylvester going, "But." but, and then he just says, ah, shit. He just clocks Fargo on the head with a shovel and like, shut up. And then he just walks away. And you still see Fargo. He's just talking and because he's got a big nose. The funniest thing. It's just that stuff still makes me laugh every day. Like, I don't care how old I get. The Looney Tunes make me laugh. Like, I crack up every time. It's funny because I was watching Popeye. Speaking of Popeye, I was watching Popeye last night too. I was watching Popeye. Popeye is responsible for my actual love for spinach. Like, I will eat spinach with as a side dish as much as I can. So I'll eat spinach with anything. It's because of him. It's just um, but I was watching Popeye last night, and he was the first thing I watched with him. Popeye he was fixing up his house, and termites came and started wrecking havoc. And by the end of the episode, Popeye had to make his house made out of metal, made out of metal. And so when the termites tried to bite it, it was. And then when he sung his song, and then he always goes on Popeye that sailor, boop, boop. And then when he took out his pipe, the termites came back and ate his pipe, and so he took out a metal pipe. Um, but yeah, my favorite episode, well, short of Popeye, was when Popeye versus the 40 Thieves. So in that, Bluto was called Abu Hassan, and he had 40 thieves, and he would just go around stealing things. And Popeye was the funniest thing. You know what's funny? What always makes me laugh about Popeye is his inner voice when he talks. When he starts talking real low, okay. And then when he gets loud, that's the funniest. That cracks me up too. Like, you're like, I was like, oh, Wimpy, how you doing? Eat this, and then all right, and then he gets all loud. It's the funniest stuff. It cracks me up. Still cracks me up to the Popeye. I don't care how old Popeye's been around for, like, what, 90 years. He's still classic. They don't need no goddamn horror to fuck him up. Like, fuck that. And the reason why they only doing it is because I think Popeye is public domain now. That's the problem with public domain. I don't like they think they gotta change everything. Okay, it's public domain, so we'll make some crap. I don't need that garbage. How do you feel when you saw Popeye for the first time? I thought Popeye was cool when I first saw him. When I was a kid and I saw Popeye for the first time, it was cool. I remember laughing at him a little bit because I was like, "Why does his arms look like that?" Like, I was like, his forearms is big. I thought he had like some kind of disease. I'm like, yo, it's like he got skinny arms, but his forearms are so big. Um, but then I was like, at first when I saw him eat spinach, I was like, what's that gonna do? And then he ate the spinach and he got all muscular. I was like, oh, okay. And so yeah, I at first I was not understanding his love for Olive. I'm like, what is he seeing her? Like, at first when I was a kid, you know, and his nephews, Pip-Eye, Poop-Eye, they're funny. They all look. You would think, how are they his nephews, but they look like him? It's the funniest thing. Ever watch Batman Brave and the Bold? Of course I have. The actor who voiced Batman from that show was at the star, because Batman got his own star in the Hollywood Walk of Fame. I don't know how he got his star before Superman. That's crazy. When is the most brutal death in what is the most brutal death you ever seen in Michael Myers? You ever seen? Wait, what is the most brutal death in Michael Myers ever did for me was when he scooped the guy's eyes out of his. Yeah, yeah. Halloween Kills. They just went overboard with the deaths. Out of all the Looney Tunes, who do you think causes the most property damage? Taz. Um, I remember Sony was going to make a Popeye animated movie, but they canceled it for the emo. Yeah, is that the one that what's the name was gonna do? I forget who does who does I forgot. Damn it, I forgot his name. Yeah, turning public domain character in horror is a case of you just because you can. Oh, turning public domain characters in horror in is a case of you just because you can doesn't mean you should. Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, basically, I get it. What you said. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Yeah, it's just like I didn't care for that Bambi crap. I didn't care for that Winnie the Pooh nonsense. I think they're doing something with Steam Boy. The Disney, the Mickey Mouse. It's like I don't care about that stuff. I don't. If you're gonna do something with these characters that are public domain, then honor what it was. Like if you're gonna do something, Popeye, do it what he is. Like if it was Dracula, okay, I can understand that. But you don't need horror to for everything. Like especially you're you're ruining people's childhoods. Like I don't want to see that unless you are creating. Yeah, I always forget what country is Popeye from. I don't know. I don't think Popeye. I think his country has a name. I forget where he's from, but I don't think he's from America, but I could be wrong. What was your favorite episode of Batman Brave and the Bold? When he he found Joe Chill, the person that killed his parents, and the spec not the specter the Phantom Stranger came and told me he had a choice to make. You either kill him or whatever. It was a good episode like that. That was like the first episode you actually saw Batman remove his cowl because throughout that whole series he never showed his face. You never saw it. A comic guy. Will Rhea win or no? Um, Personally, I think she's not gonna win. I think she's gonna lose. She they're gonna find a way to win. I think personally, honestly, this will probably be Raquel will return, but she'll return as a heel, and she could be like maybe um lives like Diesel or something kind of. The Trinity episode is one of my favorites. Okay. I don't know. Like when in terms of I like Hollywood. I mean Hollywood, Halloween, 2018. I wasn't a big fan of Kills, and I wasn't a big fan of the last one. As certain stuff in that one, but yeah, Laurie's d- uh, granddaughter just became talk about de-evolution of a character. Ridiculous. Do you WR? What's that mean? I'm not a wide receiver. What's Giganta's origin like? Why is she like that? Well, if I'm not mistaken, Giganna was ape. She was an ape. Got turned human. You know, if I remember correctly, something like that. The Boondocks. I love the Boondocks. That was fun. Oh, my team, the Commanders, went against the Cards. Okay. I still won't get used to that name, the Commanders. Oh my God. What that doesn't really explain the whole growing thing. There's more to it than that, but yeah, it's just something. And in NFL, they changed their Redskins name to Washington. Yeah, I know. They're just still stupid name. And if they, to me, they should have kept it a indigenous and a Native American name. Okay, don't call them Redskins, just call them Warhawks. There you go. That would have been cool. Washington Warhawks. That would have been great. What the fuck? That Commanders. I don't care about that stupid name. What's your thought on LA Knight? I like him. I like LA Knight. I mean, I'm glad he won the United States Championship. Um, I don't think he's dropping it to Carmelo Hayes when they fight. They go at it, but you know, he's acting weird too. Yeah. I know a lot of the tribes want the names back, including mine. I don't even think I mean people were like look, if they weren't upset about the names, why change them? I didn't I mean there were some that were they were a little tired. Like there were some that I remember they didn't like some names. Not all of them needed to change. Not all of them. It was stupid. I mean, even if you were going to change them, a lot of them are not racially slurred or anything. Like the Kansas City Chiefs. What's a chief? A chief is a leader, the head. You know, you have, and then baseball, you had the Cleveland Indians. Okay, and I mean, don't get me wrong, that mascot, the Indian looked kind of creepy. But some of them you didn't have to change. I mean, and then all the different names in college football and all that, like the Seminoles and all that stuff. Like, yeah, like some of them are just like it was just weird. It's just stupid, you know. I mean, like, imagine if there was a team called the Tennessee Crackers. Yeah, that's a I'm sorry, but yeah, yeah. It's not like it's not like somebody being called the N word. Like it's just weird. It's just weird sometimes. It's so sad that we'll never get the Boondocks back. Hmm. What do I think of Yara Flora? The Brazilian Wonder Woman, Wonder Girl. I like her. She's cool. She's got anger issues at times, but I'm fine with her. I do like the fact that she teams up a lot now with Cassandra Sandsmart, probably my favorite Wonder Girl. Um, and I know some people say, well, you know, Donna Troy was a Wonder Girl. Yeah, she was, but Donna Troy is more of her own woman. I don't even look at her like that. What do you like about Cassie? Well, first of all, she is, if anything, you sh- Cassie is the one Wonder Girl that actually kind of cool because she's actually the daughter of Zeus. I think they have stated Wonder Woman is no longer the daughter of Zeus now. I don't know. They keep switching it. I don't know, but I like she started out. Cassie started out as being she had black hair, and then later on they dyed it. She looked like a very she used to wear glasses and everything. It was very interesting when she first came out. Joe's Tesserator. Oh, you mean Joe Tesserator? What about Joe Tesserator? If you're asking me how I feel he's doing as a commentator, I think he's good. I enjoy him. I enjoy him. He had a rough start when he first commentated on Raw, but he's starting to get it, which I like. Speaking of Donald Troy, Donna Troy, not Donald Troy. I remember that Kyle and uh, Donna, not Donald, Donna, not Don. I think I remember them dating. DC Comic does a lot of retcons. They do more retcons than Marvel do. I can't tell you the amount of retcons DC has done. DC does more retcons than Marvel do. They do. It's ridiculous. Fire and Ice opinion. I like Beltrice and what's Ice first name? I'm forgetting her. I think it's a very Swedish name. But I like Fire and Ice. They're cool. They make a good team. They're like they're on the same pedestal as how I would put Misty Knight and Colleen Wing. They're up there. I like them. They're a great duo. Good friends too. I think Kratos he will take them both Red Lantern and Blue Lantern like Razor. It depends on the Kratos we're talking. Young Kratos would definitely be a Red Lantern, and probably maybe be orange because he was greedy. He was greedy. Hey Chris, I gotta go enjoy it. Thank you for coming through, Marion. I appreciate it. Let's keep going for a little longer. We'll get ready to wrap this up too. What do you want to talk about? Keep going. I caught a lot of Flounder in Wildwood. Okay, I like Flounders. I like Flounder. Do you want a new Injustice game? Yeah, I kind of do. Currently reading Titans Beast War. I have not picked that up yet. I'm still catching up right now. Uh, what am I reading in terms of comic? DC. In terms of DC, uh, DC. I am reading Dark Knight of Steel. That's one I'm reading. Uh, which is pretty much it's like another Elseworld story. And after that, I'm gonna finally read Superman Lost. What the heck is going on out there? Yeah, okay. Batman punching Guy Gardner and Batman the Brave and the Bold is fun. Yeah, yeah. Flounder makes good fish and chips. Yeah. I'm talking about old man Kratos. Maybe I think he would be more green than Rage. It's more he would be more green than Rage. Also, hard boiled, good broil and stuff. I like that. Oh, I love crab. I love crab. Okay, there we go. Waller is a hypocrite. You know that. Yeah, Waller. Amanda Waller is a lot of things, and none of them are are none of them are a lie. There is not a lie. Like anyone says, oh, she's a good person. Yeah, fuck that. Yeah, yeah. Okay, okay. You keep telling yourself that one. I'm not even joking. She's crazy. Uh, who has the best Guy Gardner voice? Okay. Uh, any interesting comics? Well, now that you mention it, I do have this very interesting one. It's called Legion of Cryptics. I actually this was a Kickstarter award. It's basically the cryptics of the basically their team and they battled aliens. So you got the Jersey Devil right here. The Jersey Devil got Bigfoot right here. El Chupacabra there. The Loch Ness Monster right here. And the Mothman right here. They're like a team. It's really cool. I like that. I gotta read it. I haven't read it yet. It's funny. Uh, do you think Kratos' son would join the Young Avengers or Young Justice? What do you think? None of them. I don't think he would join any of them. Not really. Best Godzilla comics in your opinion? That's tough because it depends on which publication you want. Um, the old Marvel IDW now does some real good ones, so it's a matter of opinion on that one. Thoughts on Image Comics of Knights versus Samurai? I have it. Haven't read it yet. When I do read it, I will put up my review of it. I do have that. I think it's a 3-part series, so I will be reading. I do have that. Haven't read it yet. Right now, I'm catching up on my all my Marvel. Um, I got them categorized in the week they came out, so I got to finish reading all those. I just recorded some reviews. A lot of people ask me like, you don't read DC? And I do read DC. I read most of my DC now in trades because DC to me reads better in trades than single issues. Um, but I will be checking out like the absolute books in trades, not in trades, in single issues. Um, Definitely going to be getting that Black Lightning title when that comes out. The the question book with my favorite question, Renee Montoya. Uh, Batgirl's getting a new series. I'll be checking that out. So yeah. Did you like Deadliest Warriors? No, accurate but good popcorn. Not accurate, but I did. I did like Deadliest Warrior. Um, I I don't think all of it wasn't accurate. I just think a lot of it played favoritism, with some certain aspect. But I did like Deadly Warrior. That was at a time when Spike was putting out some good stuff. I loved the Thousand Ways to Die. I loved all that stuff. It was good popcorn stuff. It was good. Amanda Waller is the menace of society, in my opinion. She's a menace. Yeah, she is. She's a. There you go. That's the best way to describe it. You know how cool it was when to see her get shot. She got shot in the head. So it's great. And they killed her character off, and I think it was Arrow. They killed her character off. She got. Did you see Amazon Prime? No, I have not watched that yet. Would you become Fate? I don't know about that comic guy. I'm not sure I would want to be putting on Naboo. I don't know about that. Yeah, he put that helm on Chink, and then nah, I don't know. That's what I don't know if I would want to be that. Like, I would rather be Doctor Strange, be the Sorcerer Supreme than Doctor Fate, because you put that helm on, and it's like you become a different person, and pretty much because it's Naboo talking through you, not you. Nah, I could do that. I just wanted reason to laugh. All right. This would be funny in my opinion if Amanda Waller tried to get to Wolverine and join. Yeah, oh yeah, that'd be funny. All right, she be leaving. She most likely would probably be leaving in a body bag. I would love to see her try that crap with him. Uh, who would you like to see join the roster of Injustice 3? Um, um, Superboy. Superboy, uh, for sure. Connor, because he didn't die. He's alive. He was alive. Connor Kent would be great. Um, there are members of the JSA that lived, so there'd be a couple. Where is she? Oh, Akuma would not even attempt to do that. He'd be out of there. It'd be crazy. Bye, Chris. Hey, comic guy, thank you for coming through. I appreciate it. Mary Marvel would work. Yeah, I don't think. Wait. What happened to Mary in the Injustice world? I'm trying to remember. Did she die? I don't think she died. Can't remember. If Old Man Kratos was in Injustice, what team would he join? Batman or Superman? Maybe Batman's. That'd be cool to put in Injustice He Man. That'd be kind of cool. That'd be kind of cool. Uh, well, we are going to wrap this up, guys. We have hit the 2 hour mark, and I appreciate everybody who came through for this one. This was a lot better. I can use her joining back. Yeah, I probably could. Yeah, especially I could see that after if Mary after what he did to Billy. Yeah, but like I said, guys, we're gonna wrap this up. We hit the 2 hour mark. Thank you for coming through again. I appreciate it very much, guys. This was fun as well. Like I said, I was free tonight. Saturday, I was free tonight, so I was like, okay, let's hang out for a while. Right now, I am going to catch up on some reading and finish my Oreos, but I need some ice cream with it. Uh, I got I got three left. Three left. I was munching on deep fried Oreos. Anyway, guys, you guys take care. I will see you guys next time. Next month, of course, again. I'll kick it off again next month at the end of the month of October. Spooky season's coming up. So a lot of the content that you see on the channel will be definitely towards horror and things like that. More importantly, I appreciate everybody who's been coming through and checking out a lot of the shorts I've been putting up. I've been putting up a lot of shorts now on my channel, and like I have this thing now that allows me to take my older videos and chop them up to clips, and I can clip them and things like that, and it's worked out pretty well, so I appreciate that. um so yeah, there'll be times where it's just shorts going up on my channel and not full vids, but I appreciate it as always, guys. You guys take care. Have a enjoy the rest of your night. God bless. I'll say that one. But as you know my slogan: peace, one love, stay tuned, keep it real, guys. As always,